Hello everybody and welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse and today we're gonna take a look at this. Yeah, I just need to take to be sure. Vulturine Guineafowl. And I actually thought it was made on the cassowary rig. But then I put in a cassowary here. Oh, wrong button. But if we just move you over here, and I still think it is this rig. I don't know how to check it, but there's a massive difference. Also, why when you look here, the foot movement, it does look so like it's moonwalking. So therefore, yeah, you can see it pretty much the same movement here, but it does moonwalk, and that's because they try to speed it down to make it fit the yeah, it's still a cassowary, sorry, the guineafowl speed. So it looks a bit weird about the walking, but let's see about the rest of the animal. Least concern animal, and there's a million? That's a million, right? Bloody moment here, sorry. I think it's a million. They live in Africa, South Africa, Mali, Guinea, Congo, Ethiopia, Somalia, Chad, Niger, and more. They live in tropical, temperate and grassland biome, and one of them need 100 square meter. A second one needs 5 extra, and a baby needs 3 extra. They live from 12 to 42 degrees Celsius, and you need a grade 2 fence in the height of 5.94 feet. That would be around 2 meters. You can have 100 of them if you want to. That would be 50 males and 50 females, or a group of 50 or of each. And they don't have any dominant structure, and they are polyamorous. So if you want a lot of babies, you can just have one male and he will reproduce with all of the females if he of course have the time for it. And they are confident about humans, and humans can enter the habitat. They can grow up to 2 feet tall, that would be roughly 60-70 centimeters, and they can, on average, they live for 12 years. They weigh around 3 pounds, that would be 1.5 kilos, so it's actually kind of chicken weight. Big chicken maybe. They are sexually active after 3 years, and they can reproduce until they turn 40, but they only live for 12 years. Again, this is an issue we see with a lot of the mods. That doesn't mean the mod doesn't work, it's just maybe a typing thing in here, and we don't hate the modders for this, because the important thing is the animal, the animation, the design. Does it work? How does it look? That's the important thing. I just think details inside of the Zoopedia are fun to look at, and sometimes it helps me to choose the animals I want. For instance, this week I want animals where the guests can enter the habitat, so this is the important part for me at this point. This is just facts, so it aren't that important. They can give between 1 and 4 of babies every 4 months, and they incubate their eggs for 2 months. They would be pretty average to get to reproduce in captivity. And here you can see their interspecies enrichment. They have some of the savanna animals. I don't think they're all here, I'm not sure. But then of course I know they also live on the savanna, but the meerkat and aardvark normally don't have interspecies enrichment with the rest of them. But they do here, so it was just a little notice. Enrichment items is actually the same as the as the cassowary. So it's this foliage block, this low feeder. So you can actually just go down here, scroll CAS for cassowary, and you got them here. The other enrichment items is the balls, mirror thingy, ducky thingy, a herb and marker, and the sprinkler system. And to look at the animal that was a baby, there are color differences, but I don't think they have anything to do with the animal itself, or with the gender it called. I just think it's, yeah, it's just a little thing I want to show you here. We just picked 3 of them, because I think I have. Okay, please don't run away from me. This one is it's the blue and white here you should look at. So this have a lot of blue, especially here in the midden, where this is more pale, more white, more pale, and this one is more darker blue. What I have noticed is this is a male, and the paler one here is a female. But then over here, the again darker one is a female. So I don't think it have anything to do with gender. I just think it have something to do with the as 2 different color variations. But would one of you move so we actually can get a nice look up here? Thank you. So I actually thought this was a bald patch, just like the red crown crane or the, or what would they called again, the marabou stork here, but it does seems like when we go in close that they are hair strands or small feathers. I don't really understand the paintwork here, because it does looks like this continue on here, but then it looks like someone pulled over a transparent transparent blanket here. So that's actually looks really weird to me close up. Not from out here, but close up. This kind of look weird to me. I do buy that they have some red hair here. It's just the paintwork up here I think looks funny. I will say though, this is a LeafProduction mod, and he's normally a very good modder. However, this is in the 300s. If you go on Nexus, you can see every mod have a number, and that is in the order where they were when they was uploaded. This Guineafowl is in the 300s. I think we're about 1200 now, so it's kind of old, so maybe he learned a bit since this. I think because some of his mods are so beautiful. The eye looks very good. I would like it to be a tiny bit more blank. It is a bit matte, but not completely matte. Nose seems to be painted on. Not an issue. Again, when you play the game, you play it from out here or further away, so it looks good. It's just when you go this close, it looks, you can see it's painted on. It's kind of hard to see where the beak starts and ends. It kind of looks like the beak goes all the way up here, which would be uncomfortable for the animal, but maybe it is that way. Beak looks fine. It's not the best beak I have seen, but it looks fine. And then going down here, again, some funkiness with the paintwork here. But the colors are beautiful. I don't see any feathers on it. I will say though, we don't have, at this point, we don't have any good feathers in the game. No, from Frontier or from the modders, so this it's okay, it works. Again, if you play the game from out here, if we again go in and look at the cassowary, it is a completely different texture here, of course, but it still doesn't look like feathers to me. I assume they have feathers, but it kind of looked like hair. Here we looked at this earlier in the week. You can see the feathers here looks better, but it's still not like feathers at all. Again here, so I won't say this is bad by any means, but it's just not the best I have seen. Let's look at the feet, which I know some of you care about and some of you probably don't. What's actually shocking to me is the texture here. Does the cassowary have this texture? Kind of, because all of the other bird mods I've seen is just copying the flamingo rig, which are also the legs for the red crown crane. But here we have another texture, but that's from the cassowary. There's something weird about the claws here. This one, oh, I just need to find the right angle here. This one, you can see it's disconnected up here, and this claw is so much longer than this claw. And then in the middle we have like a hook claw. So there's something funky about this animal all over, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's unplayable. I think I'm still going to use this, honestly, but there's just are some funky things about it, as for instance their movement. But I will say though, it is an animal that is completely different from what we have. Of course we have the cassowary who have this same color pattern, but not the same way, and this is a much smaller bird also, which we just lack in the game. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still going to use this at this point. I'm not going to use it in every single zoo, but there's no animal I use in every single zoo. Well, maybe the bears and the Eurasian lynx I have a soft spot for, but in generally I like to use different animals in different zoos. This is the baby, and it's pretty much just a copy paste of the adults. The leg glitches through here. It's not that big of an issue. It's just if you have an issue with it, then don't use the mod. But overall, I will say, if you like this, use it. Maybe this is the bird you have wished to have in the game for such a long time. So go and get it, go and use it. It's there. As long as you are too picky about a lot of these things, it works, and it is still a beautiful creature. It's just not the best quality of mod we have seen, but it is still a beautiful mod. It's still a beautiful creature, so if you want to use it, use it. I will just add here, and one of the last things, they do swim beautifully above water. If you watch a lot of my bird mods here, or a lot of my mods overall, that is an issue we have, but they do swim above water, and they do work perfectly with the water. So that's all I have for you today, guys. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell of notifications so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys!